My Interconnectedness with Nature and What Inspires Me by Frank Chiaro. Let's start with my inspiration. Ever since I was young, I thought that the natural world was amazing. It has captured my interest since the first time I saw the Wasatch Range in Utah. I wondered how these magnificent mountains came to be. It made me realize that there were so many aspects of nature that I wanted to explore and learn about. My grandfather recognized my love for nature and exploration, and offered to sign me up for my scuba license. Once I got my license, my grandfather informed me that our first dive trip would be off the coast of Bonaire. As I anticipated the trip, I studied the marine life that resided there. I then made a book about it. As my diving adventures continued, my respect and curiosity of the ocean and its inhabitants continued to increase. The coral shells were the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. I wanted to protect their existence ever since I learned about the many threats that they face. When I was in the 8th grade, I read a book that changed my life. A World Without Fish by Mark Kurlansky went deep into detail about the many threats to the oceans and its organisms. I learned that how fish are caught matters. If it isn't sustainable, it can be devastating to the population of fish. Whenever I go to a restaurant and order fish, I always make sure that it was caught sustainably, and I never order any fish whose population is in danger. I also know the effects of too much methane gas in the atmosphere. It can create too much greenhouse gas to the point where it is unstable. Because of the cows creating so much methane, I limit myself to how much red meat is in my diet. My family tries to eat local produce and sustainably raised protein. This limits the amount of gas used to transport the products to the stores. As dead zones are created and continue to grow, less oxygen is being created by aquatic plants. Nearly 50% of the oxygen on Earth is created by the oceans. In addition to limiting my consumption of red meat, I also reduce my use of plastic. If I do use plastic, I always recycle it to reduce my carbon footprint. In summary, everything I do has an effect on the world around me, and it is important to understand that most things I do have a carbon footprint, and to reduce where possible.
Created using Powtoon.